Hi there guys, yes, this is Farmer Bob, and I hope this sounds much better than the previous episode. My word, that truck was too loud, so I had to do some modifications on obviously a few things. Although the truck's XML is not modified, I just upped my mic volume a bit, and also the vehicle volume. I tried to push it all down a bit. So let's see how it sounds. Good stuff, man. Yes, there's been a lot happening since our first episode, guys. I wonder if we can just sit here and do a quick update. On the map itself, what I've done off screen so far, or so long, is I went and bought the basic fields around the farm that actually, how can I say, borders the farm. Just so that we can have something to farm with, you know. I did add field 11, or I think field 11 was already there. I didn't buy it. I didn't buy that. That was part of the startup fields. I think we started with 11, 10 and 33 and 19, if I'm correct. But anyway, I bought these big fields, and as you can see, I've already sown them. That I have done in an effort to test out what equipment works the nicest for me, you know, for my play style. Now what I've done, first of all, I've spent a lot of bucks, bought all the big butt equipment. If you go into the shop here, you can find, obviously under tractors, you'll find the big butts there. Here we go, there's two models, there we go. The 747 and the 450, I didn't even bother with the 450, I bought the biggest there is. And also there is, what do you call it? Let me just get here to the sewing machines. Where's the sewing machines? No, not the ones you do clothes with, the ones you do plants with. Farmer Bob, you are so crazy. Then I bought this combination, the Sea Dog toolbar and the air cart, the 980 air cart. I worked some fields, I think about 2 of the big fields with this setup, with the 2 big butts and 2 sets of this sowers. But the problem that I found with these, they are so difficult to maneuver because it's such a long piece of equipment, you know. I just got fed up eventually, you know. Steering them and maneuvering them through the farm and wherever you want to go. The big butt is slow, you know, it only drives 30 k's an hour. So yeah, I decided to just get rid of them and upgrade them basically to this boykie here. It's an Amazon 48 row planter. This thing really exists, guys. It's not just a mod, it really exists out there. It's terribly expensive, but I mean, this thing moves, guys. I think it does about 27 or 32 meters of planting in one go, so it plants more than that setup for the big butt in one go. And I think it's got a 27,000 liter tank, which is very nice, and it also fertilizes and seeds in one go, so it's a direct seeder. Very nice. You don't even have to cultivate because it's a direct seeder. It's a drill. It actually bores into the ground and all that nice things. So wonderful, man. This setup worked wonderfully. And then what I did, I didn't go for the big butts again. I replaced the 2 big butts that I had with the class Xerion X5000, I think it is. I want to show you that boy. Very, very nice tractor. This thing is awesome. It does the job. There it is. The class Xerion, and then I think it is I used this motor, the Xerion 5000 chip. That gives you 600 horses. It is plenty enough to drive anything that you want to pull, and it's nicely customizable. I did a full review on this, guys. If you want to check my review on the class Xerion, did a full review, check how it performs behind the biggest cultivator in the game, and yeah, I just tested. I think I didn't even use, I used a can't remember what I used, but check the review. Wonderful review I did on that, and it works beautifully, guys. Then what I've done, I've added to that, obviously, just for some more brute power, the K squat track, which is the standard tractor in the game. Very nice tractor as well. I just don't happen to see it here now. Where is it, guys? Am I missing it? Here's it, the quad track. Very, very nice tractor. I don't know, very little people know that this thing, if you upgrade it to the highest motor, which is the 620, you have almost 700 horses, 500 kilowatt, guys. This thing is a powerhouse. My word, it is very, very nice and very strong. But it comes at the price as well. Look at that, 500,000 bucks. If you look at the price of a big bird, the 747, well, it doesn't really matter. It's more expensive than the big bird. But remember, the big bird is unfortunately slow. It's not going to get you anywhere fast. This thing drives 40. The Zerion also, I think the Zerion, if I'm correct, drives 50. Let me just make sure of that fact. I can be mistaken. I think maybe I'm wrong. It's 40. No, it's 50. It drives 50 k's an hour, guys. This thing moves. So on the big map like this, it gets your equipment there quick and does everything you want it to do. Okay, that's the tractors. Then I've added, obviously, the two John Deere's, the 6250 and the 6230Rs, the two tractors, the two Johnny whistles. I love the Johnny whistles. They work well for anything else on the farm that you want to cart around or whatever. I will add a small shunt tractor to the farm. There's the 6250R, very nice tractor. I've bought the Oshkosh for carting our grain from the field, not from the field, from the silos to the sell points. I'm not too sure if I'm going to go stick with that, but it's a very nice truck. It does the job. Then I've got a field tanker to refill the equipment in the field, because remember, when you're busy planting, it takes a lot of time to bring that thing, everything back to the farm. And these fields are big, guys, so yeah, it's easier to have a field truck. Now this boykie is the Gas 3309. If you go, let us go to that. I'll quickly show you in the shop. Very, very nice little truck. Where did I find that one? I think it was under trucks. Let's just have a quick look. Gas 3309, here it is. It's got a 9, I must be honest, guys, it comes with a, was it 7,000 litre tank, I think. I went and I modified it a bit, because it's the only tanker that I could find that you can fill up somewhere. I've got no idea how to fill these things with fuel, guys. I've tried the universal tanks, I've tried the other tanks. I just couldn't get anything that fills up with fuel that's on a truck like this. I haven't tried the big tankers that you pull with the semis, you know, because that's too big. I don't want to cart 50,000 liters of fuel around. That's way too much, you know. So this one, it's 20,000. It's light and nimble. I've just modified the XML to 20,000 to suit my needs, because I mean, it's totally legit. You can get a small truck like this with a 20,000 liter tank on. It's nothing fancy or funny. And then also I had the same thing with the fertilizer. You know, to get a mod that can actually fertilize, put fertilizer on the field in your equipment, that is a mission. I've tried various things. Where's the fertilizer truck? Here it is. So eventually I found this little gas. It does fertilizer and it does seeds. So you can fill this with fertilizer and seeds and drive up to your equipment and fill it in the field, which actually works, guys. I did the same with this. I've upgraded the seed capacity to 32,000. And remember, how this actually works is you actually just pull it under your silo and you fill it with seeds. Or next to your silo, you fill it with seed and you drive to drive to your seeder, and there you go, you fill it up wonderfully. So yeah, you can get these two mods, the gas 66 and that other one, the gas 3309. Both of them works perfectly. I've tested them, they work great, guys. Alright, so that is there. Oh, then I've also bought this small little lawnmower. It's a E303 Blue. Blau. It's probably French, I'm not too sure, because only they write blue like that. Blau. But anyways, this is just to mow the grass around the farm, you know, around the houses and the storehouses and whatever, because that big the crone is not going to do it. I've bought us the 524k front end loader. That will be to do all the loading work. Whatever we want to load, manure or whatever, this thing is going to do the job. It's got a nice big scoop, I think about 6 or 7,000 litre scoop or bucket or whatever you call the thing that you want to put in front. Bought 3 CRT90s, the Unimog of course, and then there the big Z550 mower. If we want to do grass, we want to do silage, we want to do hay, this is the boy to do it with. The trailers, I'm not too worried about it. I've bought this trailer. So yeah, it's a 35,000 litre trailer. It's just for whatever we want to cart that's small from the field to the silos when we harvest. And then this is for carting to the sell points. So yeah, we'll get those going as soon as possible. And then obviously the headers, there's the sewing machine, there's another one. I bought 2 sewers obviously and all more headers, and that's the bucket there. I'm not too sure of the size of this bucket, but I know it is big, guys. It has got a huge bucket. So yes, there's our update, guys. This is where we are now. We've spent quite a bit of money. I didn't even keep track of what we've spent because I had to run around a bit and find what works nicely on the map. And these seeders, boy oh boy, this is what they look like. They are awesome, guys. They are awesome. I would really recommend that you download this mod. It's a 48 row John Deere. No, it's not the Amazon, sorry, it's the Amazon. It's the X1601T 16001T. It's the Amazon 48 row planter. This thing is awesome, guys. One problem that I saw with it, when you off hook it and it's on a slope, this little header thing, it actually just turns to the side. So when you reverse up to it straight from there, you can't hook it up. You have to come in skew like that and just hook it up. So yeah, I actually obviously put these ports up, as you can see, for the equipment to not stand in the snow, because the snow is coming, guys. They are coming for sure. I've put this up here for us for equipment, and that's the Oshkosh and the tipper. And in this side we've got the harvesters and the headers, all there, only nicely tucked away. All 3 headers are here for the sunflowers and that. Alright, so that is basically a big update, guys, of what we've done so far, and I hope you agree with that. Honestly, guys, I've really tried. You cannot fill the universal tankers here at this point. I don't know if there's something wrong with this trigger or a problem on the map. You cannot fill it at the garages. I've went to every garage. There's 3 garages on this map. I've went to every one of them. There's one, and I think, yeah, there's one there as well. I actually haven't even tried that one there, but they all just, you can press until you're blue in the face, it doesn't refill. So yeah, eventually I found one that works, that little gas wagon, that fuel tanker, the 3309. That is a wonderful little machine, and it does the job, man. Sorry, one thing I must say about that, it doesn't have a nice engine sound. That's the only problem. Listen to this thing. Sorry, I'm talking nonsense. It's not this one. This one sounds actually incredibly good. It's this one here. I don't know what the modder did with this engine sound. Oh guys, no, Farmer Bob is talking nonsense all over again. Sorry man. I think it must have been some of the other ones that I've tried that really just didn't do it for me, you know. But yeah, this does the job. It works nicely. And here you can see the crates of seed and whatever that's in the back. And it's a nice little truck. Looks nice. And it does the job, man. Look at that nice cable here. It's got a nice big winch in front. My word, look at that winch. Looks like one of those big rolls of cable. And I must say, it's a nice little mod, and it works. That's the main thing. That's Farmer Bob loves something that works. I hate the thing that doesn't work. It's just horrible. And this little field truck, it does me proud, guys. It really works nicely. So yeah, well done to the modder that made this. It works like a bomb. Well, I hope it doesn't work like a bomb, eh? Blow you to pieces if it does. Okay, and then seed types. I've basically gone for that is sunflowers there and there, 16 and 11. 15 I've done some wheat. Number 9 I've done corn. And then 3 rows of soya beans, and then 2 rows of canola. Now my idea is, because we've got now such a growing farm, I want to first do a harvest and then see if the biodiesel plant actually, how that works, or if it ever works, because I visited that in the first video. I think I visited it, and it didn't look to me as if it's going to work. But if it doesn't work, we will buy a biodiesel plant and just plant it here on our farm. Because we want to make our own diesel for the vehicles, you know. Because diesel is fairly expensive when you run this huge equipment. And then if we can have our own fields, plant our own fields and make our own diesel, why not, man? That's the way to do it. That's how big farms work. You plant a certain amount of fields that produces enough oil, and with the oils you just chuck it straight into your engines. You don't even have to modify it. You just throw it in, as long as it's clean, guys. As long as your engines are, the oil is clean, your engine will run on it, no problem at all. Yeah, you get guys that add they add what do you call it, sulfur to it and all kinds of nonsense which you actually don't need. You just put it in your vehicle, drive straight with it. Just make sure your glow plugs works good. If the glow plugs are fine, you won't have a problem starting it. With the oils, because the viscosity is much more thicker than diesel, you do have a problem with viscosity. So when an injector sprays, it makes a mist. So with the oils, your mist is got much thicker particles. So it's a little bit more difficult to start in the morning. So if you prime your glow plugs about 3 times, it should be perfectly fine. What you can also do is in your feed line of your diesel, you put about 10 coils of copper piping over the exit pipe from your engine to your radiator, the top pipe that takes the hot water into your radiator. So you put a coil of about 10 turns around that rubber pipe, or if you've got silicone hoses, around that pipe. Just tighten, you make it nice and tight. Remember, copper expands, so you have to make it nice and tight, because once the copper expands, it's going to go loose again as the water heats up. So yeah, and then you put your feed pipe that goes to your diesel injector pump. That feed pipe, you put it just straight through that coil into the injector pump, and that will sort out your viscosity problem. As soon as the engine is hot, it heats up the oil, and the oil gets thinner immediately, you know, as it goes into the pump. So yeah, that's the way to do it, guys. Anyway, some tips from Farmer Bob. Yes, alright, so that's where we are, guys. We've got all these fields planted and we are waiting. Let me just check the growth again. These 3 fields are going to be ready first, obviously. So yeah, we're going to be harvesting soon. Right, so here we are. Let's just check our seasons, where we are in seasons. It took me the whole of spring to do all that sowing, and believe me, it was a big job, guys. Yo, it took a long time to sow them all, but yeah, it's all done now, and we are heading into summer. So we're gonna ride out the summer, and then we're gonna start harvesting here at the end of summer, basically. Obviously the grass, what I've done with the grass is I've already, if you go in here into our grass, you'll see I think I've already mowed quite a bit of grass. There we go. 980,000 liters of grass. That's a lot. It's 980 cubic meters of grass, but I've loaded and I've loaded and I've loaded and I've mowed and I've mowed and I've mowed, and there it is. I think what I've done is I have cleared this field. If we go back to the map, let's go back to the map here. What field was it? It was this one here. Yeah, it was definitely, no, it's this one here, sorry guys, here next to the storage. I've mowed this whole field, and I've mowed this field here next to the next to this area here, and that's it, guys. Yeah, that brought us in. I wonder if I finished the mowing. I can't remember now. I better just check, because I know the mower is sitting there on the thing. Just check how this thing looks. It's nice and dirty already from all the grass that I've mowed. Boy oh boy, this thing is awesome, mate, guys. So let's just quickly go drive there and have a look how this area looks here where I've mowed. Because honestly, guys, oh no, I haven't finished it. I haven't finished mowing, and we already got almost 1 million liters of grass. So here we are. If you guys looked at my my other video for what do you call it, Blake Farm, then you will see that there's a problem with this particular mod and courseplay. It took me hours and hours of trying to find out what the culprit is, you know. Eventually I discovered there's something in courseplay. If I put this thing to work with courseplay, it just crashes the game, you know. So I haven't tried it with a worker though. I wonder if it can actually work with a worker. But this is not a field, guys, so it's just a piece of grass. So yeah, this I've just tried now, so the worker doesn't work. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a time lapse, you know. And what we're going to do is I'm going to put the day into 15 speed, so that yeah, so the day passes at a good rate. And then so I'll be quiet now so that we can time lapse this, guys. Okay guys, I was just thinking now, you know, while we're busy here harvesting all these things, I would like to in any way make a bit of silage. First of all, just want to park our Unimog in the garage where it's supposed to be. Great stuff, like that. And then quickly have a look. I want to buy. I wonder if I've got the placeable silage, but I'm not sure. Don't think I have something like that. Maybe I do have a silage bunker. That would be interesting. I've never done this, guy. Brick walled storage. I wonder if that could be. Storage bunker. Brick double storage bunker. No idea how big this thing is, guys. Can we have a look? Let's just check. Oh my word, it's small. Can this be silage? I don't think so. I honestly don't think it can. It's too small, man. Look at that, it's tiny. Silage pit, silage pit, silage pit. Wall, there's a wall. I've got no idea what you call it. Is it silage or is it silage? No idea, guys. I'm just pronouncing it as I think, you know. I don't think these things is going to work, eh? It's just storage, this, man. It's not the right thing. It needs the triggers for compression and all that nonsense. So, yep. I think it's time for modding, guys. Modding time. Alright, let me just save my game here, and I'll be back with the silage bunker. Well, guys, here we are back, and now this time around, we got the silage bunkers. I'll just find it here. What did I do with it? What did I do with it? It should be in here somewhere. I've got a stew. Now where is it? It's quite frustrating that I can't see it. It should be under placeables. Let me have a look first. Oh guys, I finally figured out where the silage bunkers is. Obviously it's at the cows, where the cow farm is. So yes, we're taking our grass there, and I'll definitely fill up those bunkers quickly with this machine. Quick and easy. Farmer Bob's giving you permission to laugh. I've been looking all over for mods and everything to get some silage going, and my word. And I'm even driving in the wrong direction as well. It's not really too wrong. We should just go right here. The cow farm is there at the bottom. Okay, excellent, man. That's what I like about this machine. It's fairly fast. It's as fast as any standard tractor with a trailer would have been. Not as fast as a truck though. I could actually, if I think about it, just use the big truck and load all the silage or the grass in one go, you know, because I think the truck also got 70,000 liters, and it's going to be much faster than 45 k's an hour, you know. So yeah, I think that's the answer to that big question. So let me see if there's not a shortcut home from here. Yeah, there is. You can actually just go down. Just go straight down to the southwest, and then from the cow farm on that big yellow road. Orange road rather, not yellow. Excellent. Okay, we'll do that next trip. Now you'll see what I mean with, there's a huge silage bunker here by the cow farm, which I didn't even think about. For some reason I just didn't consider it even. I don't know why. Oh guys, stuff happens. Stuff just happens. That's all. Stuff happens. Right. Now where is those nice big silage bunkers? Here we go. Here they are. Nice, big and convenient. Now I think what I'm going to do is start here on this side and just run it here. Nice. Okay. So why is it not flowing out like crazy? It's supposed to be flowing out like crazy. Look at that. It's got some fill level or something. Can't overfill it by the looks of it. Just to keep on moving, and now I've made that huge heap there, and that is a problem. Okay, anyways, so suppose that's the way to go. Crazy stuff, guys. What is that little... It's got quite a thing going here for the cows. Amazing. Alright. Let's go and get some more grass. I think what I'll do is I'll jump cut this. So otherwise it's going to be pretty boring watching me mowing grass all the time and then carting it to the silo bunker, you know. So let me rather jump cut this, and then once I'm finished with all the grass mowing, I will jump back and start recording again once we bring the grass to the silo. Okay. Well guys, this is the end of another episode, and it was really fun sharing this time together. I really want to just say thank you for tuning in and joining me in this venture and having all fun together in our favorite game. I would love to hear from you in the comments if there's anything you want to say, or any ideas, or anything that stood out to you. I would love to hear whatever you think, you know. So yeah, it's always fun to do that. But thanks guys for tuning in, and you've been great. If you liked the video, just give it a like. If not, thumbs down. Honesty is always the best recipe. I just believe that, you know. So guys, take care, man. This is Farmer Bob saying cheers. Until next time. Bye.